Okay folks, here we go. Got a little optional rock roll over here coming up. Tight little turn. And we got a little punchy, rocky climb here. And then we roll into a steep downhill. Again, chunky, the name of this trail. Awkward turn and uphill. Oh yeah. Whew. Rock up. Oh boy. All right, little trials move there. Another little uphill. Okay. Heart rate's up nice and high already. Just tagged the pedal. All right. Try to get going here. Hi there. Thank you. Try to catch my breath. It's a little downhill into an uphill. A little rock over into a switchback. Uphill. There we go. Chunky section, picked my way through. Oh, and I picked a really bad line. I know you don't believe me, but I usually cruise right through that. All right, try to ride up this little rock face here. There we go. Redeemed myself a little bit there. Whew. Try to catch my breath. All right. Relatively smooth and easy part of this trail here. Another little chunky rise to go. So far, it's feeling nice. Maybe a little tighter than the first shock. Doesn't seem to be sinking as into its travel as much. Riding nice and high, pedaling crisply. Sensitivity is good too when I'm in my lowest gear. 30-52. High torque and bumpy, so sensitivity is important here. Feels good. Another little place to catch my breath. So let's see. Come on. Oh, there. Good dog. Cruising along at 5 miles an hour. Whoo. All right, a little downhill, rock. Nice light steering feel. Bike steers more than it leans, which is good for slow speeds. Feels like a shorter travel, quicker handling bike, which is what you'd expect. Little rock to ride over just for fun. All right, going into another little uphill. Yeah, right there. Just had the back end kick up and come down pretty hard with my butt in the saddle. Did not feel it use all its travel, so that's good. Thread the needle, thread the needle. So this is one of those trails where you really gotta keep your momentum up, be precise with your lines. Ooh, tight in there. Gotta make sure you don't hit the right side of your bar in there. Yeah, no climbers today. Up over the rock. Left turn here, try to take the inside up this rock. A little smoother. There we go. Whew. All right, about to go into a steep downhill with a right, left, right, followed by an uphill that's kind of chunky. This, yeah, I guarantee you, is steeper than it looks on camera. Thread the needle here. Woo. Made it. And here's our chunky uphill. Oh. Try to get up on the rocks. Nice. Up and over this rock. And we got a little uphill squeeze here. I think I make it about 50% of the time. See how I do today. Alrighty. Yes. It was ugly. Got there. I'll spike your heart rate. few more punches to go on the climb. So far, pedaling efficiency is really good. I expect that out of Yeti Switch Infinity bikes. Sensitivity, high torque, slow speed applications, good. The back tire staying hooked up as I crawl over the chunks. It's not over traveling into the rear travel on uphill chunk, which can cause, I don't like it because bikes that do that, you get a lot of rearward weight transfer, which causes the front end to get really light. You lose directional control and often stalls you out. So you want that rear end to absorb, but not over travel on those uphill square edges. So far this bike's doing that really well. All right, little rock ride here. Gotta be precise. Easy to do on this bike. At these speeds, front end is really sharp, really predictable. It doesn't have that sloppiness that longer travel and slacker bikes can have. A little punch. Whew. I think you might have just got a really close-up view of my Garmin. 4.6 miles an hour, blazing along. Obviously the local pros ride this a lot faster than I do. A little bit of windy section through scrub oak. A little smoother. Nearing the top of the climb now. Catching my breath a little bit. Nice breeze, keep me cool today, but I can smell the nearby wildfire. I also can feel it in my throat. It's burning. All right. All right, here we go. Last little uphill before we get to the quote-unquote downhill. Top. All right, shift it down, or shift it up, I should say, and drop the dropper. All right, gotta bunny hop this rock here. Cool. Bike's nice and lively, lots of pop out of the rear end. Helps you get up over those things. All right, a little bit of a loose section coming up when I go through these rocks. Chaos, woo! Whee! Get some more gears. Fastest part of the trail right there. 17 miles an hour. Woo! Over some rocks, through some chunk. More chunk. Whoops. Ooh, just kind of hit the back tire. don't think I flatted, at least not so far. Chunka chunka. Oh, sandy turn.
All right, a little rise coming up here. Oh. Out of the saddle. Suspension feeling nice and crisp. Not much bob. Sensitivity still good though. Yeah. Feels a lot like the SB100 to me, which is not a surprise because it is, but with 15 mils more rear travel and 10 more in the front. Same frame though. Same geometry pretty much. But this bike does a lot with a little bit of travel. Oh, baby head's loose into sand. Another little rise. Whew. Quick drink. And I hit my lockout lever when I put my bottle back in. Had to flip it open again. Rocks. Surprise rocks. Staying inside here. All right, up and over here and down. There we go. So far so good. All right, inside with a little drop. No bottom out there. That's good. None there either. Those are little drops with flat landings that can actually use a lot of travel, and felt pretty good. Controlled, didn't use too much travel. Up and over, and then up. I'll catch my breath again. All right. Little roll down here, kind of stair steppy. Easy to, don't want to get too far forward there. Send yourself right over the bars. All right. Rock, stay inside, move right, stay left, thread the needle. Whoop. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Well, got a little far outside there. Front wheel washed. I'll blame being surprised by the hikers. Again, you're probably not gonna believe me. Usually I have no problem there. Just have to come back and prove it to you. All right. A little jump. Another little jump. That second one, you gotta jump far enough that you don't catch the edge of that flat rock. All right. Chunky downhill, followed by chunky uphill. Tight squeeze over the stump and pedal a little bit. All right. All right, a little uphill, and then opens up a bit. Before you gotta shut it down. All right, come on in here. Little drop there, no bottom out. I think this shock behaves differently than my original shock. Seems to be much more progressive, not getting the bottom out issue. Whee! All right, time to start ringing the bell. You can get a lot of hikers and dogs on this part, even though it's really let it fly, so gotta keep it under control. Bunny off the sharp rocks. Right turn. Let it run. Pedal, pedal. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Stay inside here. Bunny up the rocks. Over the roots. Stay loose. Get ready to get on the brakes hard. All right, little hip jump, woo, and that's it, sweet. All right, how is sailing Ox to Burkett? Yo, what's up, guys? Well, thanks for watching. Hope you're entertained. 2 dabs. I can do better. I can do that with 0, I promise. I'll just have to prove it to you later.